Hi everyone, I'm so excited that this is the last module, so I just want to reflect. And one of the areas of growth that I feel that I've grown is using multimedia and technology for my responses. So normally I'm used to the traditional writing it out, but I feel like I've been really in sync with being comfortable with technology, being comfortable with hearing my voice, because sometimes I'm not that comfortable with hearing my own voice or with looking at myself with videos, so I feel like I've been able to get really comfortable with technology utilizing this course. Now, another thing that I feel like I've grew in is writing lesson plans. Now, I feel like this lesson plan that I made for Rutgers was really, really detailed. Now, normally I don't make my lesson plans that detailed. I just make it suitable for me. Like, I am the only one who kind of can understand my lesson plans and what I intend to teach. So making a lesson plan for Rutgers University was really helpful for me because it made me think about the various audiences that will see my lesson plan, and it made me take into account with the other viewers that will be looking at my lesson plan, because normally when I tend to write my lesson plan for my curriculum, it's so abstract that only I can essentially understand it. So it just made me think about my audiences when I write my lesson plans for my future. So now I've been making sure that I take into consideration my audiences, or if I was ever out, a teacher could come in and teach my lesson. So I think that writing this lesson plan was really helpful in putting that in perspective, thinking about cross-curricular work and cross-curricular connections. So I'm really fond of that area of growth where I'm able to write my lesson plan for multiple audiences, not just myself, because that's what I tend to do. Another area of growth that I feel like I've grown in is the book talk. So A, first and foremost, I had a lot of fun doing the book talk, and B, what I've learned about project-based learning and what I've learned about being able to create your own multimedia presentations and how the effect of multimedia has on the audience and how it has on our peers, I've decided to incorporate my own multimedia project with my students, where I created an extremely scaffolded outline for my 10th graders so that they can create their own multimedia project. And the same way we had to think about our goals, we had to think about our format, we had a checklist, and how scaffolded the professor made it is the same exact way what I did for my 10th graders, where we scaffolded the multimedia project to the extreme, and I did receive their multimedia project results, and I was so pleased. So just learning how to do project-based learning, learning how to make sure that if we were to give a multimedia project to our students, it's extremely scaffolded, and I feel like I've grown in that area as well. I would like to grow in practicing pre-reading vocabulary. I recall in a module where we had to look at vocabulary and just pay attention to vocabulary and how that aids comprehension. Yeah, I need to focus on using pre-reading vocabulary and focusing on certain vocabulary and its impact on our lessons. Here we are with the vocabulary assignment where we had to read 2 chapters and think about what vocabulary words we would have initially taught and what vocabulary words we would teach after reading the 2 chapters. Now, this is something that I would need to focus on because I would like to think about the importance of vocabulary words, so maybe practicing this activity with my students or other vocabulary strategies and how that helps with comprehension I can possibly practice in my own classroom and take that and bring it back to the class. And finally, as a learner, I realized that I'm a lot more technologically savvy than I think I am, and that I'm probably an auditory learner as well, because I continue to make recordings as my go-to instead of incorporating visuals. I find it a lot more helpful to listen to voice. As a teacher, I've learned how to, again, incorporate project-based learning into my lessons now and use multimedia to enhance a presentation. So that's what I've learned about myself as a teacher, is that I have the ability to do this also. It's not at just a graduate level or an undergrad level. It can actually be used with your own students. So with that being said, I enjoyed this course. Thank you very much. Bye.